the incredible Victoria Wieck. If you were to go into a jewelry store, a diamond store, a store that had diamonds, much like my mom did with my father back in the 50s, and you said, I would like to see a D-flawless diamond. First of all, in many cases, they will not have them in the store. Secondly, if you said, I'd like to see one that is the equivalent of 3.3 carats, I'd like it to be a set, a custom set, you would be waiting months and months and months. I'm just gonna show you the one at a time. Months and months and months to receive that ring, and it would be probably the cost of many of our homes. Okay? Here is the equivalent. Here's the way to do it. If you love it, that's, for me, on some level, a very important level, that's the main thing. It's $69.90. The appraised value was, how much was that? $240. And we do have it for you in the 2 colors. And I'm not even showing you the rest of the story, but I do want to share this with you because it's a lovely, almost a bypass feel to the ring, almost a combination, a hybrid of stacked and that Tiffany style setting. And then you are also at the same time receiving, let me put this on a little bit backwards, the ring guard, okay? Okay, with this ring, IV, you know, whatever, fill in the blank. So that's the bottom one if you wanted to make this your wedding set or your commitment set or however you want to look at it. It's just a gorgeous combo. You're receiving both. How is that possible? It's a ring set for $69. Here it is in the vermeil. There it is in your sterling silver that has been made one with gold in vermeil. It's 120 mils of gold. It's a lovely presentation. It looks like a very important, very modern ring. I wear 3 stacked bands as my wedding rings, 2 stacks. That makes it sound like I have tons of diamonds. I do not. But I have my 2 diamond bands and I have my pink sapphire band that my husband surprised me with. And someone said to me, oh, I love your wedding rings. Are you a recent bride? And I was like, well, 12 years now. And she said, well, see, they didn't have things like that when I got married as even options. So if you want to be more of that modern look in a bride, maybe you want to update your diamond ring, your wedding set, there's nothing wrong with that. This is totally about you and how you want to handle those most precious pieces of jewelry, those most precious sentiments, those most precious thoughts and stories around jewelry. And here is a way to do it very affordably, even just to try it. Maybe your son is trying to figure out how to handle first, last, security, the wedding, the whole shared cost, the whole complicated thing about finances and a wedding and the ring and tra-la-la. And your future daughter-in-law is on board too. Maybe you do this as her wedding set until they make it big and she can one day replace that center stone with a diamond of her choosing. That is something to consider when you think about the fact that a setting alone, the setting alone for $69.90, if you go into a high-end jewelry store where you can basically a la carte your jewelry, you pick the setting, you pick the stone, you know, settings in even sterling silver can be a small fortune. And in many cases, totally worth it. But today, here's the way to be able to have the benefit of all of that. The band and the main attraction, the ring there, with the center stone, a total equivalent carat weight of 3.3 carats. You don't ever have to wear the second band if you don't want to. You can wear the band by itself if you want to in that trend of delicate. This is a lovely, lovely ring just to wear on its own. Sure, why not? That's the band that you wear all the time. Then maybe when you're going out and about, you put on, did I do this wrong, guys? How in the world am I doing this? Oh, there it is. That's it, just a rotation there. You put on the big Grand Dame that is part of this set. I think this one's a little bit big for me. There you go. You can snuggle it all in. Or part of the charm, I think, is that they can move away from each other and still have a strong presence. You right there have given us the rave reviews on this at $149. Today, it is $70. Please don't wait, because when they're gone, they are not coming back at this price. And as far as sizes goes, I know we did start out with size 5 through 10. Frequently, we like to bring you size 11 and 12s whenever possible. In this case, and you know, we often don't have a 5 too. We were able to bring you the size 5 at the same time, all the way up through size 10.